Zach and Mags Hall worked with Ashtons Legal on their cerebral palsy compensation claim.
We've gone from, we'll be lucky if he lives a year, to, well, maybe 4. And then we won the case and we got to, well, actually might make 9, maybe 12. And the numbers just kind of kept on rising because we had access then to wheelchairs that were going to support him posturally, so it was going to prevent him from having really severe deformities. We had access to all the different therapies who would keep him fit and healthy. Things that through the NHS you would have to wait for, and we don't have to wait for it. Zach's life deserved more than just a budget. He deserved to be able to have the very best of everything, to be able to prolong his life for as long as possible. We were getting to the sort of 3/4 way through stage, and every time I went to see the midwife, they're going, oh, this is a big one. And I was being told that this baby could be anything up to sort of the 12 pound mark. So I thought, oh, well, I'll ask if I can have a caesarean section. I thought there would be no problem with it. But every time I asked, I was told, no, there's no medical reason that you need it. I was getting some tightenings, thinking I was in labour, and the nurses were reassuring me, saying, no, it's going to be a long time. By the time they'd realised that I was actually in full labour, they'd realised that they hadn't been monitoring him for quite a long time. And they decided that he was in a lot of distress and heart rate was almost not there at all, very much in distress. He wasn't breathing, the cord was around his neck, and it kind of confounded the fact that he wasn't going to make it. It was as good as stillborn, everything but, you know, our story could have been very, very different. He could have not come home with us at all. Thankfully, he did. He's a little fighter. 5 weeks in hospital in total, the first week on the ventilator and the 4 weeks after that, just getting bigger and stronger, enough to be able to go home.
How was your experience with Ashtons Legal?
Absolutely brilliant from the very, very beginning. They didn't sugarcoat anything, they didn't give us false promises. Very, very approachable. Never made me feel like an idiot for asking a question. And they sort of kind of felt like part of the family after quite a while. They knew our innermost, darkest secrets and feelings, and I've cried on them and they've cried on me. And they just supported us absolutely every step of the way. You kind of think you're taking on a massive, massive thing when you're suing something as big as the NHS. And you have that little picture of the little man against the giant. And I never felt like that. I never once felt like that. They supported every single decision that we made, and guided us all the way through step by step. It has just really kind of put us into the position where we can just live life. It was never about the money as such. The money's not given to us. We don't get to spend it how we want to spend it, as some people may sort of think, you know, suddenly you come into a lot of money, it's a lottery win. It's not a lottery win because it comes at the cost of my son's life. But it does put us into a position where we can enjoy the life we have with him before we have to say goodbye.